Sports Desk, here's Julie Buehler.
College football, it's a funny thing. The roller coaster of emotion, breathtaking suspense, and wildly swinging pendulums of emotion, and is unmatched in probably any other sport. But all that unbridled emotion belies the hundreds of millions of dollars that are at stake with each win and every traumatizing loss. Let's head to Seattle. It was the biggest game on the Pac-12, and it pit the unbeaten University of Washington Huskies, ranked 4th in the nation and hanging on to the final playoff spot in the college football playoff. And they have this game and 2 more remaining. Well, it was against USC. Now the Trojans enjoying a 5-game winning streak, having scored at least 45 points in their previous 3 games. And at first it looked like the Huskies defense came to play. Tyler Rapp snags this pick. He had 2 picks on the day. That would lead to a 43-yard field goal for a 3-0 Huskies lead, and that would be the last time the Huskies lead. The Trojans had a 17-6 halftime lead, but coming back in the 3rd quarter, the Huskies looked like they might narrow the gap a little bit. That was a 70-yard score from Jake Browning to John Ross, but the Trojans defense held for the rest of the game. This was a blocked field goal that had the momentum shift straight back to the Trojans. Shortly thereafter, the defense suffocated the Heisman hopeful Jake Browning, and the Huskies would fall in the rankings and fall to the Trojans 26-13. We'll get to more about how far the Huskies might fall in the rankings in just a little bit, because fate favored the Huskies today. We reported earlier today that the 2nd-ranked team in the nation, Clemson, lost on a last-second field goal to unranked Pittsburgh. Well, this game was as equally shocking in Iowa City. The University of Michigan Wolverines, one of 3 unbeaten teams in the Power 5 conferences, was a 21-point favorite coming into this game against the Iowa Hawkeyes. But that defense, again, for Iowa, forcing turnovers. And when you've got Big Ten football, you never know what you're going to get. If you let a team hang around, they might pull off the victory, and Iowa did just that. Keith Duncan drills a 33-yard field goal with 3 seconds left, and Iowa upsets Michigan 14-13. So, doing the math, number 3 Michigan lost. Number 2 Clemson lost on this last-second field goal. As I mentioned, the Wolverines dropped it due to a last-second field goal. The Huskies lose to the Trojans. Generally, that all would have cost them dearly, but because Clemson and Michigan lost, the damage might not be as bad. The only thing riding on all of this, a few $100 million. The college football playoff system distributes money based on a conference's successful teams. Last year, nearly $500 million was distributed among the conferences, and most of it goes to those teams that get into the Final 4 of the college football playoff. If the Huskies can, it means more money for the Pac-12 conference, and of course that goes to USC and UCLA as well. So we have to wait until Tuesday to find out how much damage was done to the Huskies rankings due to the loss to the Trojans. Of course, Ohio State is right there as well, and of course Alabama just sitting atop the college football landscape, looking pretty, undefeated 51-3 their win today. So fascinating stuff, and so much money hinges on all of these moving parts. It's amazing.
Big money, always a big motivator.
That's right, Ange.
And Sunday Night Football tomorrow?
Oh, can't wait. It's going to be a huge game and a lot of fun to watch. Of course, anytime the Seahawks are on Sunday Night Football, it's big here in the Coachella Valley, and then Super Bowl rematch. I think it's going to be a fun one.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Julie. And still to come tonight, it's